Hello, my name is Celina Chapman, and you are watching Notes from the Field. Happy New Year! Long time no see. I've taken a little break from vlogging, but now I'm back in 2021 to show you more of my life as a Good Shepherd volunteer in Washington Heights, New York. With the new year comes new resolutions. People are so eager to ask themselves, how do I get better? How can I make this my year? And what can I do to improve my life? Well, doing a service year has given me a unique insight on making promises. So for all of you, I present 7 lessons I've learned from a service year to bring into the new year. 1. Take a leap of faith. As you've read from my previous blog post, starting a service year wasn't exactly in my plans. But I trusted in God and said, why not? I know it's hard to think about taking risks in a time like now, where doing something too ambitious can be a health hazard. But you can start small and slowly build up to achieve dreams that you never thought would be possible. Have you always wanted to try that new Thai restaurant down the street? Well, have it for dinner tonight. Maybe you've been waiting for the right time to call that old friend of yours. Well, the time is now. If I've learned anything from doing months of service during a pandemic, is that life is precious. We can either live in our worries and let it hinder our decisions, or we can let go and fall into faith. 2. Find peace in the silence. I know for me, when working from home, I stare at a computer screen for hours and hours on end, and then after work, I continue staring at screens when I'm looking at my phone or watching TV. I'm also always listening to music or hearing the news to connect to the outside world. So with all this technological stimulation, I get technology fatigue. But we need technology to connect to other people right now. It's a catch-22. Sometimes people say you can try and find a balance, but for me, I think it's easier if after work, I shut off my laptop, put away my phone, and completely not see technology for at least an hour every single day. Being in silence, or at least as much silence as possible since I am living in New York City, really just helps me find peace and solace, and actually helps me come back to life. 3. Practice simplicity in all facets of your life. When many people think of simple living, they think of having minimal belongings. Many people think that simplicity means depriving oneself of pleasures like going out to eat or having a fancy dinner. Well, simplicity is not always physical. Simple living also means being consciously aware of your mindset. Many people think that to gain success, money, fame, or even happiness, you need something. You need to attain a goal, or you need to have certain clothes. But sometimes those needs to gain all these things are not really necessities. If we look inward and realize that external circumstances will never develop our true and full selves, then we will not only be living simply, but we will be practicing simplicity in a way that will fulfill our souls. 4. Make time for your spiritual self. Whether you're a Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, or just worship the earth in all its glory, living a service year has allowed me to take time to explore my faith and develop my spirituality more. My community and I have spirituality night once a week, and as you've seen from my previous vlog, we don't always follow the typical Christian traditional way of worship. Many times we adventure into new ways to explore God through yoga or meditation, or through journaling sessions where we write down our prayers, our fears, our hopes, and everything we want to say out into the universe. No matter what you believe in, taking time to practice your beliefs and reflect on life helps maintain better mental health, as well as helps maintain a spiritual connection to the world around us. 5. Be conscious of your community. As much as I've lived with roommates before, there is nothing like living in a service year community. With Good Shepherd volunteers, my community and I commit to 2 nights a week where we have movie nights, play games, maybe go out or make a meal together. Through this, I've learned how much effort and time it takes to create long-lasting relationships. You need to be there for the good, the bad, the ugly, and even right now for the COVID, and you still have to push forward. As much as I still have friends from middle school, high school, and sisters that I have made in college, having a community mindset helps me figure out what type of friend I want to be and how often I want to be there for my friends and for the community that I create. I challenge you to take 1 hour out of a week or 1 hour out of a month to do something with the community that surrounds you. Play a game, watch a movie, do anything I said previously, but be there intentionally. Put the distractions away and say, hey, I'm here for you. Now, if you live alone or you don't have access to other people right now in person, then I challenge you to push yourself to call someone, text someone, leave a voicemail, FaceTime, do whatever to be intentional with the people around you. 6, appreciate the word no. As much as I have a giving personality, I can't give everything to everyone. Constantly doing service and being in a service year has made me realize I can't constantly do service. I know that sounds contradictory, but I really learned that you need to have limits and boundaries to how you give and what you give. Feeling passionate about others is great, but we can't continually help others unless we take time to help ourselves once in a while. During quarantine in 2020, it seemed like everyone was so eager to learn a new hobby or pick up a new activity, try a new instrument, bake some bread, all this crazy stuff. But in 2021, let's commit to not stressing ourselves out. Let's take everything that doesn't make us completely happy and say no thank you. By beginning to let go of the responsibilities you don't need to have, you can alleviate a lot of stress out of your life. You can also help your brain be more autonomous again. You can have more freedom to actually relax and just be a human being again. 7, receive as well as you give. I can bet you that there are 3 types of people watching this. 1, another person who's in a service year. 2, someone who supports service years. Or 3, someone who does service but not in a service year setting. Now, if you're one of those 3 people I just described, then I feel like giving is easy for you, but receiving may be hard, as it is for me. This is not just about gifts, but it's about every crevice of life. Have you ever been in trouble and didn't want to call someone because you didn't want to burden them? Did you want to try and figure it out yourself? Have you ever had a really bad day and just kept it to yourself because you just didn't really want to tell everyone? I know for me, I'm super proud of how independent I am. I've worked really hard, I've paid my own bills, lived on my own, and made it here to who I am today. Well, turns out throughout this whole journey, I really have had a great support system to help me through all the ups, downs, and highs and lows. For 2021, I want to work on allowing people to give to me in all capacities. This could just mean listening to someone's advice and actually taking it once in a while, or letting someone say, I got it, when you're trying to get the coffee. And that is all the lessons I've learned, or at least the lessons I'll share with you now, because I definitely have plenty more. Thank you so much for watching. You can subscribe to the Notes from the Field newsletter or to the General Sisters Report newsletter for more updates on blogs and vlogs from my fellow writers and I. Sending just love throughout the 2021 year. I'll see you all really soon. Bye!